It's Saturday, October 18th. It's an important date to which we will refer back for some time because today is your day of action. It is 9 a.m. in the West, noon in the East, which means there's still time for all of you and your friends and your to speak loudly for democracy today. And as I talk to you right now, millions of people across the country, and maybe you're one of them, are preparing to take part in the second wave of No Kings protests since Donald Trump retook the White House. Across the Eastern time zone, rallies are already underway in big cities like New York, which you're looking at right now. This is right outside our studios, just blocks away from where I am. People are beginning to march in Washington, D.C., in Baltimore, in Miami. Things are just getting started in Chicago, in Phoenix, and Portland. But this is not just a big city thing. People are gathering in thousands of smaller towns. I'm not exaggerating, like Eureka Springs, Arkansas, Herman, Missouri, West Cliff, Colorado, Lubbock, Texas, Starkville, Mississippi. Easy to find out, by the way, what events and rallies are happening near you. You can check. Look at this map. This is an actual map. It's connected to nokings.org, nokings.org. Indivisible, which is a co-organizer of No Kings Day today, says that there are more than 2,600 events planned across all 50 states today. There's one near you. The group's co-founder and co-executive director, Ezra Levin, told NBC News this week, quote, "We're looking at the largest protest in modern American history on October 18th. This movement is a manifestation of a nation whose conscience has been rocked by the casual corruption and cruelty of this administration, of masked federal agents, sometimes in plain clothes with no identifiable information, continuing to harass communities of color and aggressively detain people in the streets. The president is continuing to spout lies to justify his desire to militarize American cities, appealing to the Supreme Court just last night to allow him to deploy the National Guard into Chicago. Today's rallies are also happening against the backdrop of the 18th day of the government shutdown. Congress remains at an impasse without any obvious path forward. Meanwhile, the White House, at the behest of the unelected bureaucrats and Project 2025 architect Russell Vought, has taken advantage of the shutdown to permanently cut more than 4,000 jobs across the federal government. He'd probably cut a lot more if he could, but his efforts have been paused for now by a federal judge who called the move illegal and wrote, quote, "You can't do this in a nation of laws." Despite all of the challenges that this 9-month-old administration has presented to the country, millions of Americans are, at this hour, undeterred. The American Federation of Government Employees, which is a union representing the federal workforce, has encouraged its members to join today's protests. Local organizers have been getting people together to make posters, canvass, hold Know Your Rights training to help participants stay safe at these rallies today. Don't be surprised if you see groups of colorful, puffy animals out on the street either. Shops from Des Moines to Detroit and beyond have reported a spike in sales of inflatable animal costumes after it recently became a protest symbol in Portland, Oregon, a so-called war-ravaged city, according to Donald Trump. The First Amendment of the Constitution specifically protects the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for the redress of grievances. Remember that if you choose to go out today. That is your constitutionally protected right. It is a time-honored and cherished American right, but some would argue that protest of unjust laws is, in fact, an obligation of citizenship. The campaign to smear this movement is already underway. Top Republican leaders like Speaker Mike Johnson are calling today's protests a, quote, hate America rally. They've been baselessly calling participants pro-Hamas, tying them to Antifa, which is not an actual organization. It's a leaderless and decentralized movement. But last month, Donald Trump signed something called National Security Presidential Memo Number 7, targeting Antifa as a terrorist organization. So the use of this term in describing people who are merely protesting his policies is not an accident. He's using the label to threaten the right of the people to peaceably assemble. But much like the other First Amendment rights, it's under attack by this administration, underscoring the importance and necessity of today's protests. It is not too late to turn this TV off right now and go out and add your voice to the protests. Joining me now is the Democratic State Representative Justin J. Pearson of Tennessee. He's a No Kings at a No Kings rally in Memphis. Good to see you, Representative. Thank you for being here. You are no stranger to protest yourself. You've spoken about the struggles of the civil rights movement and other times of adversity in this country's history, and your message has always been that people are resilient. They are more resilient than they realize, and that's what today's protests are about.
That's exactly what today's protests are about. It's about showing that we, the people, still matter, that our voices are the center of this democracy, and that we will not yield, we will not bow down to the authoritarian regime of Donald Trump, nor the authoritarian actions of Governor Bill Lee in Tennessee. We are standing up united today in the belief that what we are doing is exactly what democracy looks like, and we will not bow down, we will not bend, because this is America and it's worth fighting for.
And there's some community around you, right? One of the things you realized when you protested in the Tennessee House is like this, suddenly community built up around you. People said, I see courage and it's contagious and I want in on that. And that's what's happening today.
That is exactly what's happening today. Courage is the most contagious thing. That's why you got to text people. You got to call them and tell them, come and show up. When we went to the well of the General Assembly, it wasn't just for us. 7,000 people had marched on the Capitol. Thousands and millions across the country today are standing up for democracy. Democracy is what happens when people show up holding the beliefs that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all people are created equal and endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights, and that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And we'll stand up for it. We'll protest for it. We'll speak up for it. We'll run the office for it. We'll do all that we can to make that ideal a reality. And so just like then we fought for democracy, today we fight for democracy so that this project of American democracy might endure.
And look, there are people protesting in this country who have had no connection to anything that's going wrong in their immediate community. But you do, right? You are in Tennessee, specifically Memphis, understands exactly what people are protesting out in the streets today because Donald Trump has deployed National Guard to Memphis, which a lot of Democratic state lawmakers are challenging in court. But these are people who are saying we are not going to stand for our rights being taken away, for the federalization of our military, for the federalization of our city streets.
That's exactly right. We have the governor of our state sending in the National Guard illegally and unconstitutionally. The Tennessee State Constitution in Article 3, Section 5 explicitly says that the only time the National Guard can be used is in cases of invasion and rebellion. The Trump administration has sent over 1,500 federal agents into our community. And mostly what they're doing is pulling people over because of license plates and issues like that, not actually doing anything to deter crime. If you want to deter crime, you have to address poverty. You have to make sure that people get the resources that they need. That's what we don't have yet, and those are the investments that we need. But we have a beautiful city, we have a beautiful district, we have a beautiful community that deserves and needs investment from the federal government, from the state government, in order for us to be the place that we know we can be. But we don't want kings, we don't want military occupation, we want poverty eradication and opportunity.
You are a student of the civil rights movement. There are a lot of people who say this is that moment again in American history where people who have nothing to do with this are going to go out today and they are going to make their voices heard because, as we discussed earlier, they can't arrest all of us. They can't shoot all of us. They can't do this. There are still more people who want democracy than those who will take it from us.
There are more of us than them. There are more of us who believe in freedom. There are more of us who believe in liberty. There are more of us who believe in justice. And we will not stop. We will not be deterred. We will not be silenced. And for even those in our community who feel too scared to come out, we're out here for them too. Because we believe that democracy includes the voices, the perspectives of everybody. Yeah. And that's what we're going to stand up for in Memphis. That's what we're going to stand up for in District 9. That's what we're going to stand up for across this country. Because the only way that we lose democracy is if we quit. And we will never quit.
We will never quit. That is the Democratic State Representative Justin J. Pearson of Tennessee at one of the more than 2,600 No Kings rallies across this country, many of which are just getting underway. There is still time for you to join them. I want to bring in the Democratic Congressman Greg Casar.